Josh,
Yo,
did you hear the good news?
it depends what you mean by that.
I'm talking about Cowboys running back Ezekiel Elliott
Oh
returning.
yeah,
Returning. The prodigal son.
yeah, he was the prodigal son, and then we realized it was actually Dak. But yeah, I have mixed feelings.
Oh, mixed feelings.
Yeah.
Mixed feelings.
Why mixed?
So at the end of the day, I'm not really like a football guy. I love watching football. I love watching the Cowboys, and I mean, I like watching football in general. Any team that's playing, I'll watch if there's a game on. I don't really understand it as well as like I understand like lacrosse or even basketball, you know. So if I criticize a player, there's always a grain of salt to it. There's a lot of things I don't understand. Same thing if I praise a player. That's just, I don't really know everything. So with that full preface, Zeke didn't play that well the last like few seasons he was with us. That's just being straight up. And some of that was due to us not having a good offensive line. But I believe a lot of it had to do with Zeke just either overthinking or just not playing well for whatever reason.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I don't know. I think if he could come back and he's ready to run, and I know he still has it in him. He's still young, I
How
don't
old
think
is
his
Zeke?
knees
He's
are
been in the league
completely
for a long
torn.
time.
He's a little young. He's like a couple years younger than us.
Damn.
Like 28, 27 probably.
Man, I do get taken aback by how young these guys are.
Yeah, you gotta remember.
The guys who are
I'm used to
like,
athletes always being older than us. And
yeah,
now
there's NFL vets that are younger
everyone's
than
gonna
us.
be younger. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
This is bizarre.
Dak is our age. He was born in 92.
Man.
Oh, I could be wrong. I think he was born in
don't know.
90. He was born in either 93, 92, or 91.
Isn't Max Crosby younger than us? He looks like a fucking 40-year-old guy.
Right?
Let me see. Max Crosby. He's 26. He's Brian's age. He's like Brian's age.
Yeah, I'm also a football legend too, so.
You could be, Brian. You have the physique for it if you really put your mind to it.
I am. I already am.
Brian could have been a hell of a really good tight end.
That's what I would say. That's what I say to him.
Regular wide receiver.
That's what I say to him. He could have been a great tight end.
I am a great tight end.
Well, pause.
Really?
I know you wasn't talking about no. I don't know. It sounded kind of crazy.
What are you talking about? What do you mean?
I don't know. I don't know.
It's not that serious. It's the name of the fucking job.
Nah, that's the way he said that. I don't know.
You could have been a great tight end.
Yeah, lies.
And then you gonna go ahead and. No, he said not could have. He said, I think I am a great tight end. And that's.
I said I am a great tight end. I didn't say I think I am. I said I am.
So I don't think that's a pause. That is a pause.
That is not a pause. You're just like handing them out. When you like throw the pauses around, it loses its meaning. Now everything has got to be a pause.
Pause.
So
right?
He said outside of the context of football.
He did not say that outside of the context of
football. He
does
not know that's to be assumed. He doesn't play football, so he said, I am. But
he's being facetious, Josh.
I am the greatest tight end of all time.
Well, yeah. What would you have played, Chris, if you had played football?
Man.
What do you think?
Assistant head coach. Water boy.
Said I would have been on the sideline.
For sure. I would like to have been I think kicker's a good job. Punter, something in the I don't need to play all that much department.
Were you ever like fast? Do you think like
no?
You could have been a good runner. I think I could have been a good
I feel like I'm like the least athletic person in the universe.
In the universe?
In the known univerce. I'm being hyperbolic.
The known universe.
I'm being hyperbolic, but I'm pretty unathletic.
Time chamber?
I don't think I have like I don't think there's an athletic plus about me. I don't jump high.
If you were athletic, I think like for football, the way you think and stuff, I would say like a safety, like a free safety, so that you don't have to be really attached to like covering a player per se. You could kind of just like see how the offense, breaks down and stuff, and kind of help where you're needed.
Are there short safeties? I'm like 5'7". I'm not.
Yeah, a lot of safeties aren't that tall.
Well, then that works out. It'd be a good safety.
Usually the corners that are a bit taller than the safeties, because they got to play right up on the wide receivers.
Yeah.
I think I would have been either a good running back or a linebacker. But I don't think I'm big enough to be a I mean, linebackers aren't mad tall, but I was never like mad fucking strong. You got
to be like stocky.
Yeah, like I'll say this: linemen. Like I don't think I could be like a defensive tackle or like probably not even an edge rusher. But I think I could be a linebacker, at least at like the high school level.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where I could kind of like try to read and catch the running back or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm back.
Oh, did you leave?
Yeah, I said I'd be right back.
No, I'm okay.
Shin was a linebacker.
Who?
Shin? Was that his name?
Shin.
From Eye Shield?
Yeah.
That was his name, right? Shin?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
I can't believe I remember that.
It's crazy, right? Well, he was the main rival.
Yeah, he was. And he was the main point of attack on the defense.
Mm-hmm.
He was like with the lance.
Yeah, you got to remember, Eye Shield was like
through the players, and
Eye Shield like was coming out in the early 2000s when like I think running backs were still the guys on the field,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's only recently. It's like in the last 20 years that wide receivers, or just as like the passing game it's the commodity that it is now.
Yeah. No, I think Senna was based off of LaDainian Tomlinson.
Yeah, I remember we spoke about this a while ago.
Yeah.
And he said that, right? He had number 21 on the Chargers.
Yeah, he had 21 and he wore an Eye Shield.
Yeah, it's pretty sick.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if LaDainian Tomlinson knows that he has a character based off of him.
I always wondered that myself. That's pretty cool, to be honest.
You guys should tell him.
Yeah, it is. I mean,
I would like to tell him. I'm sure someone has told him.
There's no way there's no way like, someone has.
I'm sure someone has been like, yo, you're this guy.
Tweet at him.
Yeah, like the whole inspiration of this character.
I see hell lies I despise.
What is this song, Brian? You sang it in the beginning.
It's the Kaiju number 8.
Oh, I actually watched the first 2 episodes of that.
How does it look? Oh, I didn't watch it yet.
It's pretty good.
Oh wow,
it's pretty good. It looks good. I mean, like the first chapter of Kaiju number 8 didn't have like a ton of action, so it's not going to be like blow your mind visually yet, I imagine, but it looks good. I'm going to keep watching it, I guess.
Number 8 looks good. It always looks good whenever I see any bit of it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna read it eventually.
Yeah, I may just like stick to watching it for now, just because it's easier, I feel.
Yeah.
But I did watch Kaiju number 8.
Looks like it's about to end soon.
Oh yeah?
That's what I think.
Damn.
Just based off of what's going on.
I read a little bit of Dan, I think it's called.
Yeah, that's also getting an anime.
That series is fucking weird, bro.
Weird.
You took a break from.
No, I did not take a break. I actually am on I'm on chapter 30 something of Mission Yuzakura Family.
Mission Yuzakura
Family. Josh didn't like that I'm persevering with this. You really gave a
I feel like I should just stop bringing it up, and maybe it'll just fall off from your consciousness.
It hasn't. No. Honestly, I'm up to a point.
Well, I'm not helping it.
I feel like I'm like moderately invested in it now. I think the 30th chapter or so is a pretty good hooking on point for me. It was a good set of chapters for this little mini arc thing.
Speaking about being moderately engaged, or whatever word you chose, would you say that you are moderately engaged by the Knicks?
I am moderately engaged by the Knicks.
Yeah.
I have been watching their games.
Oh yeah, it's good. There's no way we was gonna talk about sports and not bring up.
Is Jalen Brunson the greatest
God,
who
yes.
have ever existed?
Yes.
He did score. He did record the first 40 and 10 playoff game for a
the Knicks
player.
Yeah, ever. And
Yeah.
also scored the highest game in the playoffs.
You mean Clutchlin
which was held by Bernard
Clunchson?
King. Yeah.
Clunchson.
Jalen Clutchson.
Clutch.
Though what Embiid is
Yeah.
doing is pretty impressive too, considering the fact that he's injured and also has
That nigga's a bitch.
he also has a mild case of what is it, something palsy?
He's got a mild case of bitch. No, he's got a severe case of bitch.
I feel like
and a
Embiid
mild
is
case
being
of
held up by
palsy.
scotch tape and nails because he blows his knees out every game.
Yeah, well, no one's telling him to suit up.
Well, he has to.
No, he doesn't.
He has to.
He could have called the quits for the season.
It's the playoffs. He can't give up.
Nah.
It's the offs.
Well,
Josh,
he's
how
doing
would
a
you
lot
feel?
of shiesty shit to my players, to our players.
How would
I'm
you
not
feel,
feeling him
Josh,
right
if
now,
if the Sixers came back Tuesday, they just won Tuesday's game, and then they won every game after that?
Oh, won 3 games in a row and took the series?
Yeah.
I'd be devastated. I definitely hate Embiid the most out of any player ever, of any sport.
Ever?
Ever? Of all time?
Yeah, for sports, yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah, definitely.
why?
He's a villain, man.
They're not.
It used to be Roy Hibbert, but it might be Joel Embiid now.
What did he do? I know he's like.
Shout out to the Knicks fans that remember.
Well, he does have a lot of technical fouls.
Oh yeah. But I heard he's like a hero in Philadelphia.
He is a foul merchant.
I mean, he is a Philly
free
hero,
throw merchant.
but
I saw when
is
he landed on
basically-
Brunson, and I was like, oh god.
he's basically
Yeah,
the
that
big
was just
version
one of the things he did.
He's basically the big version of James Harden. What, you wouldn't agree?
I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Aside from this Knicks series right now and him being a bitch about it, Embiid is truly an incredible player. He really, really is. And what he is doing out there on, I'm not gonna say one leg, but on
Basically
a clearly bum knee. No, not basically one leg. He has a bum knee right now, and it's hard. It's just he can do anything he wants. It just hurts him. I commend him for dealing with the pain and playing with such skill in the process. But that nigga's a pack, man. All right? He's talking all that shit about our players being dirty. We just play hard basketball.
What?
Embiid is dirty and he's shiesty. Yes. Can you believe? I know, right? Can you?
That is crazy that Embiid is saying that somebody's dirty with the shit he be doing.
It's crazy. But let me tell you, I was really fire, right? Let me tell you some real popping shit. I looked at a video, and shout out to this Instagram page, Stoner Sports Network. I believe that's what it is. If you just type in that sentence, the main thing will pop up, even if it's not the exact
Stoner Sports.
So, yeah, they put out a video reacting to the Knicks highlights of that game, and to start that video, I seen a crowd of Knicks fans in Prudential Arena, outside after the game, not outside the arena, inside the arena, but outside. Outside the where the court area and where all the seats are, where the escalators are and all the snacks and shit, right? Mm-hmm. In that area, there's a huge crowd of Knicks fans chanting "Fuck Embiid, fuck Embiid."
I think I've seen that actually.
Embiid, guys, in Philly.
Yeah, no, it's crazy.
In Philadelphia.
Yeah.
In they fucking arena.
That's not.
You know how crazy them niggas is.
Embiid after the game was like, I'm very disappointed.
I did see that. I did see that he was disappointed.
There was MVP chance for Jalen in the arena when the game was on, when he went for the free throws.
It's rough.
He said, this is annoying.
Rough doesn't begin to describe how that must have felt how demoralizing it must have felt for their players and the fan base there.
I'll tell you
Like,
what, would have done a number on my
they put
self-esteem.
they put a Jalen Brunson jersey on the Julius Erving statue.
Damn.
That's tough.
Yeah. These guys was looking for a fight, man. They must have.
Knicks
Because
fans
you know,
don't give
Philly
a
fans have a reputation. Let's keep it real. It ain't even about Knicks fans. It's about New York. New Yorkers don't give a fuck. We're gonna pull up wherever we feel like and talk our shit.
Mhm.
And y'all gonna either do something about it or y'all gonna deal with it. That's how we move. That's it.
It's like that one guy in Spider-Man 1.
Definitely when it
when
comes to these sports.
he was
Huh?
yelling it. It's like that one guy in Spider-Man 1 where he was throwing shit at Green Goblin at the bridge. He's like, you
Yeah,
mess with
right?
one of
Get
us, you
fuck
mess with
outta
all
here.
of us.
Exactly.
But they took it to
Plus, the Knicks
Philadelphia
have
for some
been
reason.
waiting for a team to be this hype about too. So
I mean, we've been hyped for 4 years now.
you've been trying to be hype for 4
This
years.
was all building towards this.
All the delusion, it was for
let me-
this. All the delusion over the
building
years.
and hardship, all the hardship, all the whack ass point guards we had for the last 15 years. Yes, guys, 15 years. My best point guard was Jason Kidd at 38 years old.
Was he defeated a lot by Shanks?
I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I'm really disappointed in myself that I'm not getting a reference here. I know there is. You wouldn't just randomly say
Kid just
that.
lost to
Jason
Kid.
Eustace Kid. Yeah. The metal guy.
Yeah. Damn, you phased him out of your memory that
Say
bad.
this. He apparently he missed like 47 out of his last 53 pointers for the season.
That's a lot.
So his
I feel like
his
I'd have
lack
the
of
same
accuracy
stats.
beat his ass. Huh?
I feel like I'd have a lot of the same stats. I could do that. Pay
Well,
me
you
millions of
probably wouldn't
dollars.
Also be a yeah, right. I could do that.
You want me to miss a whole bunch of 3-pointers? Say less, dude.
Our kid was playing good defense, though. I'll give him that.
That's my pitch to the New York Knicks. It's like, listen, guys, I can lose you a lot of points.
Yeah. No problem. But not anymore. That's not how we move anymore, man. We're
Yeah.
winners.
We are wieners. Who do we play if we win this?
It's looking like the
Who's next?
Pacers, which would be absolutely poetic.
Why?
Well, I'll tell you guys this. I've always been a Knicks fan since, I was young because of my dad. But I didn't really start caring about basketball and, then also really being a Knicks fan until the 2011 season when we played against Miami in the first round and lost. And I remember Mari Stoudemire punched a fucking glass and broke his hand and couldn't play the rest of the series. It was so stupid. But I remember being engaged during that season, and that was when the Mavericks beat the Heat. So that was like the lock-in season, I think. Whatever. All I'm trying to say is that next year, after that, I watched the entire season, and that's when the Knicks had done as the best they've done in so long, where they had the second seed. We had Jason Kidd, we had J.R. Smith, Iman Shumpert, Amari Stoudemire, Tyson Chandler, Melo, of course. We had a fucking squad, man. We had Marcus Camby on the bench too. His old ass. So we had a squad, and we had the second seed. We beat the Celtics in the first round, sent them packing. And then we played the Pacers in the second round. And that's when they had Paul George, David West, Danny Granger. I forgot who their fucking point guard was. He was pretty good. But they had a center. His name was Roy Hibbert. When I tell you he is the whole reason we fucking lost that series.
Roy Hibbert. What a
Roy
name.
fucking Hibbert, bro. And he did nothing after that for the rest of his career.
He just
He
shit
killed
on your
the
Knicks
fucking
and then
Knicks.
fucking did.
Shitted on the Knicks. And let me be clear with you. The refs shitted on the Knicks. I'm not usually one to be like, oh, the refs, it is. I play a physical game in lacrosse. So, I don't be hearing. I ain't with all of that crying shit on these soft fouls. But bro, they were calling everything against Roy Hibbert. That nigga took he was averaging 12 free throws a game or something stupid like that. And he don't do that. He don't even put points. So he was doing his thing on offense, and he was just killing us on defense, blocking all the Melo shots. David West was harassing Melo. That was rough, bro. It was painful. It was painful because I thought we was going to the finals. We had beat Miami. We played them 4 times that year in the regular season and beat them 3 times. And one of the times we beat them, Melo was out. So in my mind, there was no way we was not losing to the Miami Heat, even with LeBron James and Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh, et cetera, et cetera. So man, the Pacers really ruined everything that year. And I had such a fucking hate for them. And then this was on top of the fact of all the stories I heard about Reggie Miller being the Knick killer and how he got 8 shots. He made 8 points in 7 seconds or something crazy like that. Disgusting. Truly disgusting stuff. And we need to see the Pacers. The Pacers need to beat the Bucks, and we need to see them, and we need to fucking smoke they pack, bro. All right?
Do you pause
We
it?
need to fold them the fuck up.
Knick fans are gonna go all the way out to Indiana for this shit too. They're gonna take over. They're gonna take.
I ain't gonna hold you. 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 I ain't gonna hold you, bro. I ain't gonna hold you, bro. I ain't gonna hold you, bro. Indiana's one of those places that you're not gonna hear the Knicks at. No one's gonna go out to Indiana, bro. There's nothing out there.
They'll go out there. They'll go out
it's
there.
a racist oasis.
A racist oasis.
Yes.
Well, I suppose that's gonna be the name of this episode.
The racist oasis.
Yeah. And notice I say oasis because there are plenty of racist places in this country, like a lot of southern states. But Indiana's Midwest, but kind of Northeast, around all these cities and stuff. These real, I guess quote unquote liberal areas or whatever, and they're this paradise, this oasis in a desert of cool people and pretty chill people that don't hate people for the color of their skin or culture. You have Indiana, but they are trying their hardest to preserve all of the good old American history and ways. Fuck Indiana. Fuck the Pacers. Fuck Tyrese Halliburton. Fuck they whole franchise. Fuck they city. That All-Star game was whack. They All-Star festivities was trash. New York is the best. Definitely better. And if it's not the best, it's definitely better than Indiana. We're a better team than Indiana. Jalen Brunson is going to shit in their faces. And DiVincenzo is going to smack the shit out of them if they have an issue with Jalen Brunson shitting on their faces.
Unless you like New Jump City, then all of that doesn't matter. Then we don't mean any of it, Sawi.
It's just Josh.
It's just Josh. The thoughts and opinions of Joshua Cole do not necessarily reflect those of the rest of the New Jump City podcast.
Yeah, I'm salty. I'm mostly salty, and I'll take that back about Indiana. I've heard a lot of things about Indiana, but never experienced or
well, clearly, if you're in Indiana,
research myself.
If you're in Indiana, if you listen to this podcast, you're clearly not part of the racist oasis. You're clearly good people, and because this is an all POC podcast, we are 2 Dominicans and a black and white person. So we are.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody from the racist oasis would like New Jump City very much, but that being said, the Knicks are coming, and we're gonna destroy you, Indiana.
We're coming for blood, man.
You're coming for blood.
Just wait until they run into the Jimmy Butler-less Miami Heat squad. That's
ooh.
Just you wait.
So what's crazy? The one reason I regret having a podcast tonight is that I won't be able to watch with my own eyes in live action, seeing the Heat get fucking demolished by the Celtics.
That's
Are
what
the
you
Heat
say.
down
But
in
they
the
won
street?
a game without Jimmy. They won a game without Jimmy, though.
Oh man, they're such a great team. Man. It just shows, man. I mean, if they had Jimmy Butler and and maybe it wasn't the Celtics, they'd be such a great team.
Okay,
No,
what
man,
happened
they'd be
to
scary.
Celtics last year against Jimmy Butler though?
Is Jimmy Butler
That
playing
was a
today?
7-game series.
They
No, he's not.
lost. They lost.
Them motherfuckers is bums, bro. They was not going on another magical run like last year. That's that.
Hmm.
You won't really talk about bums. Don't get me started on Miami. The motherfuckers will never ever win another championship unless Dwayne Wade gets robot legs and joins the roster and starts for them.
It's robot.
That's how the fuck I feel about Miami fair weather ass fans.
Hmm.
It's
Those fair weather
playoffs,
fan
guys.
memes.
It's playoffs.
Oh yeah, it is. I am a filthy casual when it comes to basketball, but I am enjoying the playoffs a lot. I will always tune in for playoff basketball. I've seen some of the best games I've ever seen as a casual watching the sport. So it's been fun.
What Chris is trying to say is that he ride or dies for the Knicks.
Sure, for this
And
year,
it's- and
unless
it's
the
like
Nets
shit outta
next year come
anybody.
in and do something cool, then the Knicks have competition for my heart. For I am a Fairweather fan, true, and I will go with the one who is the most.
And that's what that means, Brian.
I cheer for
And that's what that
whichever New York team and whichever Dominican team.
Yeah, my father.
Al Horford's on the Celtics.
That's exactly why my father is a Celtics fan right now.
And a Timberwolves fan.
Oh, is there a Dominican on the Timberwolves?
Yeah, Karl Anthony Towns is half Dominican.
Wow.
Oh, he's Dominican?
Yeah, he's half Dominican.
Yeah, can y'all just tell your dad that Jalen Brunson's full Dominican?
No, I can't. He knows.
He'll find
He
it.
knows.
He can sense it.
He literally told us about a rookie that was signed to, what was it, the Warriors? That's Dominican.
I don't remember.
So,
But my dad keeps tabs of every Dominican player in the NBA. I'm pretty sure there's no Dominicans in football.
Chris Duarte.
yeah, Duarte is on. Is he on the Pacers?
But he's Puerto
still?
Rican. No, he was on the Pacers. I don't know where he's at now. I don't know where he's playing at. Yeah, he might have got traded, or maybe he's hurt.
Hmm. Yeah, there's no Dominicans in football. Otherwise, I think my dad would be a fan of whatever.
He's on the Kings.
There's a
Wait a
guy on
second.
the Giants, the tight end.
I look up
The Giants?
Chris Duarte, and the first picture that comes up is a picture of CJ McCollum under Chris Duarte.
Why?
What the fuck?
I feel like that's racist. I feel discriminated
It
against
must be.
somehow.
It's just
He
a
must be
whole
from
ass
Indiana.
picture of
Yeah.
CJ McCollum.
Whoever did that must be from Indiana. Must be. Well, this has been fun basketball talk. We could do some questions if you guys want.
Yeah.
I do want that.
Mike B asks, catching up on the backlog here, what series do you believe had the potential to be generational series, but just was not good enough to reach those heights?
Promise Neverland.
Wow, we talk about this all the time.
That's
Don't
a good
we?
one, Brian. Promise
Promise
Neverland.
Neverland for sure.
Yeah, we covered Promise Neverland.
Stealth Symphony.
Oh my
Gravity
god.
Boys.
Hey, Gravity Boys. Sure. I'm thinking of something. Okay, so this is like on the Wayback Machine, but I always felt Enigma was that. I don't know if you remember Enigma, Josh, but
I do remember Enigma.
I remember
It was
really
good.
liking that
it was in the
series.
school.
But we
Why
were
do
like,
I remember the name?
Yeah, we loved it.
yeah, we were in high school when that was out, I think.
Why do
It
I
was like on
remember
a
that?
train, right?
It's a
Or
really
something
old
like
series,
that.
Brian, and I wouldn't be surprised if you don't remember it because you
I
would have been.
know. I
like
remember
10.
the name. Wait, is that the one with the guy who's like a killer?
It's like a weird psychological thriller.
Yeah,
About people
I think
with
I remember
powers.
you being into that shit.
Yeah, it was really good. It lasted like 50 chapters and it was canceled.
That shit. It was like a Saw,
Yeah.
Saw Saw and an escape room type situation.
Yeah, something like that. It was really good.
Supernatural.
It was one. You know what? I feel like it went down a similar way that Promised Neverland did, where it had like a fantastic first arc, and it just couldn't follow it up as well.
Oh, that's exactly. Yeah.
So that was like the Promised Neverland of its time, except for Promised Neverland went way longer than Enigma did.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. I wonder if there's anything else. I'm sure there is. How many series have passed that I feel that way?
Let's be fair. Let's not just name series that we liked from the past. Ones that
No,
truly
yeah. I'm trying to think of any series I can remember that had that, because I know there is.
Promised Neverland for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I think Stealth Symphony, it wasn't out long enough.
Yeah,
like,
it just didn't get a shot.
leave it
I
smart.
feel like it got canceled pretty early. I think it only was like 20 chapters long or so. So like he must have gotten axed pretty early and had to like rush a lot of stuff.
It's crazy how Bleach was so strong for the like first half of its like the first like 60% of the series, 60 to 70% of the series, that the other remaining, being lackluster. In my opinion, it's not enough to say that the series still isn't generational.
Yeah, I think like just the impact that the big three have had. Even if 2 out of the big 3 kind of went down towards the end. However you feel about it, their impact
was
is.
a crazy. Oh, sorry.
Oh no, yeah, no. I was just about to say their impact is kind of undeniable, and that's why they're generational.
So maybe this is a bit of a cop out, but like, have you ever heard of Madoka Box?
I do remember
I
Madoka
remember
Box. I'd read like 100 and something
That-
chapters of it on your
You never
recommendation.
finished it?
I don't think I did because after a while it was hard to find scanlations for a time. I think there was like
all
a
I
period
know-
where scanlations like were just like being taken down a lot more. So
All I know about that
Yeah.
series is that whenever people were like power scaling or like doing like their own like death battles, they'd be like, "Oh yeah, nobody can fucking beat Madoka. Madoka would fucking shit on fucking Goku. She would shit all over fucking Goku's face, bro. She's so fucking strong. She can't fucking die."
I don't remember the
And that-
power system of Madoka Box, but I do remember it being like, what the fuck am I reading?
It's very out there. It's
Yeah.
super abstract.
Yeah, it was a really long
Like,
time ago that I was
yeah.
reading it. So I'm just like, what the hell is even happening? I remember thinking that a lot of the time. I know there was a guy who used like screws, and he was a very popular character that no matter how many times they killed this guy, he just kept coming back because I imagine he was so popular.
A guy.
Yeah,
who
he was
kept-
like the main
who was
villain
using
for our arc,
screws.
and then he became one of the good guys in a way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was one of these smiley, like, I guess I'll get serious now. He was,
He only gets serious twice.
yeah. He was like the strongest person in the series, but he wasn't the main character, so he could get defeated a couple times.
Yeah.
But I'm sure that whenever this guy showed
series
up,
was crazy.
the reader surveys skyrocketed for this series because I feel like they killed him like twice and he just came back because he's so beloved.
Yeah, that was a series I guess now that I think about it a little bit more, it was a very, how do you say, Japanesey series.
Yeah.
I don't think it has a really strong following in the West.
No, I don't think so either. I feel like there are a lot of cultural references, I imagine. It was too early for its time because I feel like now Madoka Box
Yes, that's exactly what I was gonna say.
it was around when manga wasn't as popular here. So, now that it's just such a cultural giant at the moment, I feel like if Madoka Box was being published as it is today, it would be here for sure.
Or if they like redid the anime for it or something like that and put it out.
I'm saying like, if Madoka Box had been published today, then it probably would have made its way here because there's a lot more series that, that are being translated and sold over here that are like more culturally, like make more cultural references that are being more accepted here because like the culture is a little more like merged with ours here. Like manga's a way bigger thing now, so a lot of those references probably would have been understood a little better in this time than it was when we were growing up.
I wish Zatch Bell would remaster its anime and like be put out so that was like it was like topical.
It's
Again,
out of
I think
circulation
that's a
here now.
serious. Yeah, I
It's very
know.
weird. I can't like they're not like reprinting volumes or whatever. I don't think Viz has the rights anymore.
No, I watched I think you sent me a video talking, or maybe I sent that
No,
to
you
you.
sent it to
was
me. I
like,
remember you sent me like a Zatch
yeah,
Bell video that I watched. I did watch it. It was really good.
yeah, it was talking about the hit, yeah, about like the conflict that he had with Shonen, the author had with Shonen Jump, and
Yeah,
you
Zatch
know,
Bell I don't think was in Jump, but it was with another magazine that he had to like. He did have problems with Jump. It wasn't Zatch Bell, I think, related. I think, but I don't think Zatch was in Jump.
You want me to?
Yeah,
Keep
I
going?
mean, if you want to confirm it, you can. But I'm pretty, like 90% sure it was in Jump.
I could have sworn I remember reading it in Jump.
No, Zatch Bell was published by Viz here, which also publishes the American Jump series here. But they also publish, Conan, Detective Conan, and all that stuff. So Viz has like a wide window of things that they put out that are not necessarily Jump.
It was running in Jump
Oh, word!
from 2001 to 2007, weekly Jump.
Wow.
Golden Gash.
Weekly Jump. That's different than Shonen Jump.
Weekly Shonen Jump.
Oh, okay. Well,
Shit.
all right. You got me. No, it was serialized in Shogakugan's Weekly Shonen Sunday, which is not Jump.
Ah. Wait, so what am I reading here?
Lies
Golden
and
Gash
Libel.
in Japan, Zatch Bell began as a manga by Makoto Raiku, running from 2001 2007 in Weekly Shonen Jump.
Where are you reading that?
It's the first thing that comes up when I Google is Zatch Bell Shonen Jump.
I'm seeing Shogakukan's Shonen Manga Magazine Weekly Shonen Sunday between January 2001 to December 2007.
Yeah.
Bless you.
Thank you.
last year. Well, anyway, I mean, regardless, that was a good series that I think could have been generational if not for like certain mishaps, like with company, all of that.
I think
Even if like
I think Zatch Bell is fairly beloved here. I think like most manga fans, if you ask them, they'd know about Jump. It's just been over for a long time. It's actually a pretty old series. It ended before like 2010, so
Yu Yu Hakusho gets like a ton of love still.
yeah, true. But I guess
Like Hunter x Hunter,
that's true. That's fair.
both from the same artist though. I mean author.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe it's the magazine
Is there
too.
another? You have another question?
Yeah, let me see. I do have another question. Who do you think is the most morally flexible protagonist of the current Shonen Jump lineup? What do you think is the point where they draw the line in the sand?
The most morally what?
Flexible protagonist.
Morally flexible.
That's a good question.
Probably Sakamoto.
Probably Luffy.
I guess, yeah.
I thought about Luffy at first too, but they're not really flexible. He draws really, really clear lines.
Yeah, but he's all about like not wanting to be a hero. So he kind of acts on his own accord. So whatever he deems to be something he wants to do, he'll do it, right? So I guess that makes him the more morally flexible character.
I think Luffy's been pretty consistent though throughout the series as far as what he doesn't stand for. He doesn't stand for oppression, generally speaking.
Hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I guess it's like a means, you know, maybe the means by which he goes about things is morally flexible, but he is, I think, a pretty moral person.
I think Sakamoto was a good answer. I think that's
Yeah, because like
right.
Sakamoto,
Oh yeah, Sakamoto is yeah.
yeah, the characters of Sakamoto in
He's
general
an assassin.
are assassins, and they're not like on the force of good per se. They're not like saving the world, so to speak.
Yeah, and a lot of assassins don't. It's not like they have this moral dedication that their role in society is meaningful or something like that. Like how a few other characters have, mentioned what the whole point of the JSA is for, and et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah,
So
I would say like
let's see.
I would say maybe like of the ones we cover in general, probably Itadori.
I was gonna say Itadori, but
I mean,
Itadori's also
because
kind
like
of
everyone we cover, every series we cover, the protagonists are pretty like hardline good guys for the most part.
And that's like the point, right?
Mm-hmm.
Unless it's a
No, I mean, it's just the way things turned out.
What about Sasuke?
If you want to consider him a protagonist, sure.
He is kind of like a.
But I get he said Mike specified the
protagonist.
current Shonen Jump lineup, so the series that are running
fuck.
right now.
mm,
What do you think is the line in the point where they draw the line in the sand? I guess is the other one. So if we're talking about Sakamoto, I don't think Sakamoto would necessarily stand for like innocents getting involved in stuff. So I think like although like Sakamoto isn't doing stuff for the sake of the world or helping people in particular outside of like his friend group of other assassins and murderers and stuff, I think like he also wouldn't really stand for folks that aren't in that world getting involved. I remember that train scene that when Josh was telling when we were like laughing about it, Josh, that one time where he was fighting the deer guy. He did like get this old lady to sit down where this guy was just like recovering from getting punched in the face. And he did take it to
he saves people all the time.
Yeah, he does save people from getting like collateraled during fights. So I would say like Sakamoto's line is it's actually pretty moral. He's at a point where he won't just be reckless and allow innocent civilians to be killed. Like if things start to leak over to hurting people outside of the conflict, then he'll step in and like save them in one way or another.
Yeah. I think there's an argument for Fuko, which is something I was thinking about from Undead Unluck.
Yeah.
She's willing to do anything for the sake of her friend's happiness. It's kind of her vibe.
Well, I think it's more that she's willing to take like insane risks I don't think she's like cool with, people dying and whatnot, but she is willing to risk people's lives.
Yeah, she is. I'm glad you like there have been moments in this series where like it's also the general like the fact that the rest of humanity is just humanity. You know what I mean? Like she knows and believes and understands that her and the Negators are the main characters of this shit. And I guess overall I don't know if directly she's wants to save the world per se. She knows she wants to save, maintain a place for her and her friends to thrive and be happy and not get caught up in this everlasting loop. And then saving the world is kind of like a secondary, not even goal. It's just like an effect. You know?
Yeah, it's like a bonus.
Right. So she doesn't really. I mean, she cared. She cared about hurting other people with her when she had with her unluck. So much to the point that she became a shut-in.
Yeah.
There's some pretty strong morals there.
Mm-hmm.
Because she killed her parents and didn't didn't want to kill anybody else.
Yeah.
It's really between Itadori and Sakamoto, and Itadori is kind of like Fuko, and he cares, but and he does care about innocence, but also will go ahead and make the hard decision.
Mm-hmm.
He's pulling the lever on that trolley to save the 5 people. He's killing that one person without a hesitation. If there's really no other way, if it's one or the other,
Mm-hmm.
he's gonna do it without having much at this point in his character development. You know what I mean? He's gonna handle it in a calculating way.
Well,
I say Itadori.
yeah. Well, those are all the questions we'll do because there is another one, but I think that one needs more time, and we should probably get the actual show started. But we will get to it next week because it's a good question. I'm actually kind of excited for the next one, and I think you guys would be too. But yeah, till then, we will see you guys at New Jump City. See you guys later.
Sweet.